I'm Roxie with Roxie's Broadway Breakdown. Welcome back to my channel. And so I am counting down my favorite tap numbers from Broadway musicals. I had a hard time doing this because there are so many musicals with big tap numbers that I had a hard time picking and choosing my favorites. So to say that these are the best or my favorite, I probably would have to do several videos to really say, okay, these are them. Like, these are the best top 100, because I only put 12 in here. So, but let's start out. First off, this is technically from a movie, Singing in the Rain. Moses supposes that Donald O'Connor and Gene Kelly dance together. It is truly today still one of my favorites. They do dance it in the stage adaptation, and you know, I just still haven't seen anyone dance it like Gene Kelly and Donald O'Connor. Who can beat them? But it was choreographed by Mr. Gene Kelly himself. All right, from Will Rogers Follies, choreographed by Tommy Tune. The number Willamania. It's just so long and extravagant, and it builds and it builds, and you just feel like, wow, it's this exuberant number that there's just so many pieces to it. And I just love an exciting number that just keeps building and building. And even though it's long, by the end of it, you're still saying, I still want more. So I love that number. From Newsies, King of New York, Christopher Gattelli choreographed Newsies, the original Broadway production. And again, he utilizes props in such a creative way throughout this show, and King of New York is no exception. He utilizes spoons, they're dancing on top of tables, and so again, just really inventive and very creative. From Crazy for You, choreographed by Susan Stroman. I have a few Susan Stroman in here because she is so good when it comes to not just choreography, but I think especially tap. And I have the number Can't Be Bothered Now that Billy does with, Bobby. There's so many Billies in musical theater that Bobby does with the girls. And it's just such a frilly, cutesy, fun tap number. That's always been one of my favorites. All right, from Jelly's Last Jam, and That's How You Jazz, choreographed by none other than Gregory Hines, and it was on the Tonys. They performed this on the Tonys, and if you've never seen this number, go watch it, because Mr. Gregory Hines, perfection. From Mary Poppins, Step in Time. Yes, this is sort of Disney at its best, choreographed by Matthew Bourne and Stephen Mear. You know, you just look at this number, and it's so much more than the movie. In the movie, it's Dick Van Dyke and the Chimney Sweeps, and they are having, you know, a great time on top of the roofs, and the choreography is great in the movie, but I'm so glad they turned this into a full-fledged tap number, you know, just all out, big, huge tap number for the show. It needed it. It needed a definite tap break in the show. This was the perfect place to put it. And then no one else but Disney could have Bert, you know, climbing up the side of the stage, upside down, tapping upside down, coming back down the side of the stage. I don't know, it's a pretty wonderful tap number. So Step in Time definitely made the list. All right, from 42nd Street, We're in the Money. That's one of those quintessential tap numbers you kind of think of when your mind goes to tap. Broadway musicals, We're in the Money. Yeah. Choreographed by none other than Gower Champion for the original Broadway musical. All right, Young Frankenstein and the number Puttin' on the Ritz, also a Susan Stroman number. She's just has a knack for just putting together a number on the whole, not just the choreography, but the way she has, I mean, I don't know if she also has a hand in like lighting, costumes, sets. I would think she does, But the way this number, they're dressed like the monster with the platform shoes. They're coming out in tuxes. It turns into like strobe lighting and the way the dancing. This is why I think she has a say in it, because the strobe lighting has a really cool effect on the dancing in it. I know you'd have to see the number, but yeah, I love putting on the Ritz from Young Frankenstein. All right, Mr. Savion Glover. To this day, I say he is still one of my favorite, maybe the favorite all-time tap dancers of all time. I don't use the word lightly. Genius, prodigy, whatever you want to call him. He choreographed Bring Into Noise, Bring Into Funk. I could pretty much say the whole show is just like the best of the best. I chose the number Taxi from it, but honestly, I mean, I could just always just sit back and go, oh my gosh, Savion Glover, there's nothing like him. He is known more for rhythm tap, but still, I mean, it's not my thing. I can't do it, but I certainly appreciate those that are at the top of their game that can do rhythm tap. All right, Anything Goes, the 2011 revival choreographed by Kathleen Marshall that starred Sutton Foster. And the number, Anything Goes. It's a pretty clear, concise, like straightforward musical theater tap. What you see is what you get. Just fun, classic tap. Also from Crazy for You, another Susan Stroman number. Yes, I Got Rhythm. Again, it's just one of those that builds and builds and builds. And just when you think, oh my gosh, can she pull out any more stops? Like, are there any more tricks in her bag? Yes, there are more tricks in her bag. So that number, you just, by the end of it, you're on your feet. It ends Act 1, and it's standing O for the end of Act 1. So I Got Rhythm. And in my number 1 spot, it is the opening number from 42nd Street. It's basically an audition piece, much like God, I Hope I Get It from a chorus line is an audition piece. But I picked it for so many reasons. It's exciting. It's hard technically. It's fast, but oh, and that opens the show, and all the ensemble is doing the same choreography, and you hear those taps and rhythm, and it's exhilarating. I mean, that just kicks off the show like no other tap show I can think of, and oh boy, man, do I love that choreography by Gower Champion. So there you go. That is my favorite. And very soon I do plan to teach that number detail by detail if you ever want to learn the opening number to 42nd Street. So there you go. There are my favorite. I hope you like that. Let me know some of your favorites in the comments below. Don't forget to click and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next